Yo, hello everyone. Welcome back. This is another live. Yeah, this is another live. This is my 10th to 11th live of this YouTube channel. My name is Vick Hason, for those who don't know me. And today again, we have another interesting topic that we are going to talk about. Okay, so today I've decided to go full vertically because normally most of the time when I go live, I normally go on a vertical orientation, and then I rotate my phone to be horizontal. So many people say that they were watching me upside down, which is something that I knew about it, but okay. So today I've just decided to go on a vertical mode. Yeah. So if you're going to watch this video later, which is not live, again, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, you might share also your opinion on the comment section, because as you have seen on the title, today we have an interesting topic about talking stage. Yeah, so I've said today and nowadays we are going to talk about topics about relationships, dating, having crushes, because I know most people that are my audience are on their early 20s, some of them mid 20s, and then a little bit on late 20s, and then a few on the early 30s, Yeah, so most of the time I'll be talking about topics that may be helpful to us young people who are on the early 20 years of age, and maybe most of us who are on the mid 20s too. So let's just cut it off from the early 30s going downwards. Yeah, because most of the things that I'm going to talk about, I've not experienced me myself, but I've done research. And also I have friends who have gone through it. So at least I know something, I have some information, I have some details of which that I'm going to pick from and share with you guys. And also I expect your your engagement, your opinions, your comments there in the comment section, because this is a chat. This is not a one-way, like a pre-recorded video. This is a live video, and I expect all of you to engage in a chat. Yeah. So as I wait for some of you to still join, let me take you through about thank you for the one that has joined. Let me take you through about first of all, before we start, let me take you through about the content that we normally make. So in this YouTube channel, which is Vick Hason Talks, we normally talk about engaging topics about young people who are on their early 20 years of age. And then on my other YouTube channel, which is Pop Show KE, we normally do entertainment shows, podcasting, anything that is interesting, that is on the entertainment side, we normally do that there. And then on my other YouTube channel, which is Vick Hason, there is where we do we do skits, we do comedy, any kind of film production that is interesting. We normally do that in the comment section. So thank you so much for those that have joined. You can just say hi. Me, I've said hi to you, so you say hi to me, because I want all of us to engage. Just say hi. Just say hi. Okay. So as we wait, I think you can kick off with the topic that we have today. So don't mind the noises that may be coming from different places here spontaneously. Don't mind them, because again, we have company. Today is on a weekend. People are at home. Maybe tomorrow. So someone has said, sup, Evans, AVS Dragons. AVS, so maybe it's Evans Dragons. What's up? What's up, Evans Dragons? Thank you so much for engaging. I hope we can chat a little bit more as I continue sharing with you the topic that I have today, which is about talking stage. So again, if you know more about talking stage in romantic relationship, don't hesitate to share your view in the comment section in our chat, and then we can engage all of us. Yes, we can engage all of us. Again, if you know more about relationships, I don't mind if you share. I'm going to read it to share with other people, because again, I'm going to repost this video on my YouTube channel. So for those that have missed, they are going to watch. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment so that you don't miss the next time we're uploading a video, so that you'll be notified the next time we're uploading a video. Yes. I think you can start now about our talking stage. I don't know more about it. I'm going to share my experience with you guys, and then also I'm going to pick some points, some notes from what my friends have gone through, and then I'm going to share with you guys. All right? So I think we can just kick off. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment so that you don't miss the next time we are going to upload the video. I hope you're getting me clearly because I'm using my external microphone. Yeah, I think you're getting me. My sound is crispy clear. Okay, let's start. Today we're going live for approximately 20 to 25 minutes. So by 5 o'clock, we will be done. Okay, so again, I have a list that I'm going to share with you guys. So let's not waste any time, or I'm not going to yap, bringing things out of my mind. So I've done research, okay? Don't mind my bandana. Bandana is a fashion material. Yeah, most people use it for different functions, like this. So for me, I'm using it for fashion, Maybe if I'm sweating, I will use it to wipe the sweat off. And then maybe sometimes I can just keep it there. It looks nice. I have several of them. Yeah. So let's kick off with our today's topic. So talking stage. So what is talking stage? Talking stage is that period whereby you and the other person that you are interested in, you are in a moment or in a situation whereby you communicate to see if you are going to end up in a long-term relationship. Maybe that person is going to be your wife, or maybe that person is going to be your husband. So before he or she becomes your husband or a wife, there needs to be a talking stage, because that is where you know someone. Again, it's like dating. So talking stage is in the process of dating, okay? So we have talking stage rules. Talking stage rules, they are rules that, or maybe I can say they are points that can guide you not to end up in a situationship, because a situationship is whereby you think you're dating someone, but maybe that someone is taking you as a friend. You are a friend. Maybe he or she doesn't think that you can go in a long-term relationship. So that is a situationship. So you need to know these talking stage rules so that you may not end up in a situationship. So let me take you through the first talking stage rule. And also, if you know some, or maybe you're contradicting with it, you can just share with me on the chat, and then we will engage. So the first rule of what have I said, of talking stage, is prioritize real-time interaction. So move beyond text only and incorporate voice notes, phone calls, or FaceTime, as digital intimacy is better built through hearing or seeing each other. So you're on that talking stage. So in that talking stage, to make it more effective, you can use voice notes. Maybe if you're texting or you're chatting through the WhatsApp, engage using the voice notes. Sometimes record your voice for your partner to hear. Maybe sometime do a video call, so that you can see face to face, because that is an effective way of making your talking stage to be meaningful, to be effective in whatever that you're planning for it to end up to. And then also, so just most people on their talking stage, they normally just chat, they use text. But for you, go beyond, because this is a rule. Go beyond just texting. Do video calling, do voice recording through maybe the WhatsApp or the Telegram, any type of app that you're using to chat. Just go beyond the text. So that is the first rule, because normally people date on the digital way, the digital media. Yeah. So if that is if you're not going to meet person to person. Okay. So that is the first rule. We have 10 of them. Okay. So if you're sorry, my English is bad. So if you're contradicting with any kind of point that I'm sharing with you, you can just say it on the chat, and then I'll be happy to engage. So the second point, the second rule of talking stage is establish a no ghosting rule. Everybody hates ghosting. So agree that if one person loses interest, they will clearly say they are no longer feeling a romantic connection rather than disappearing. So avoid ghosting someone. So if that person says that I don't think if this relationship is going anywhere between me and you, respond. Don't ghost that person who was just said that I don't see both of us going in a long-term relationship. So don't ghost. If anything goes wrong in your talking stage, don't ghost. Yeah, because you can engage with the problem and then maybe find a solution to it. But if you just ghost, that makes the matter worse. So in a talking stage rule, don't ghost, okay? Let's go to another one. I say if you think it is not going the same path as you, just do that in the comment section. And then the third rule of talking stage, I said I have a list here. Assume other situationships exist. So as I've said earlier, situationship is whereby you are on a talking stage with someone, so you're dating someone. And then that someone, since you are dating, that someone is still talking to other people. Okay? So maybe that someone may lose interest. Maybe the girl that you're dating may lose interest from you. So he's not interested in you. So maybe she started dating somebody else. And you don't have any idea, you don't have the information. So that situation that you are in, it is called a situationship. Okay? And the rule here of talking stage is assume other situationships exist. So these will prevent you from having those premature jealousy. So if you're on a talking stage with someone, just assume that that person that you are dating is communicating with other people, because at that moment you are really not a thing. So you are not a couple, you are not a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you're just dating. So assume the other guy that you're dating is also communicating with somebody else to prevent, to just prevent premature jealousy. You don't need to have jealousy at the moment you are starting to date, because it is childish. You need to understand that my guy is also talking with other people, and maybe until he or she finds me interesting. Okay, that will prevent you from having premature jealousy. So let's go to the fourth point of talking stage rules. Okay, so we have set communication preferences early. So ask if they prefer daily check-ins or lighter evening only contact to prevent confusion and disappointment. So this point simply says, okay, so set communication preferences early. So let me share with you a story of a friend that I had. So, I didn't understand how my friend was dating. So they were in a campus. I had a friend who was on a campus, and he was dating another girl in that campus in Nairobi, the city. A university, a big university there, so I won't mention the name and my friend. So the way they were communicating and they were dating, it was so frequent, because most of the time we were hanging out with this guy, my friend, when they were on a break. So they were communicating very early in the morning, during the entire day, just texting, texting. I didn't understand what they were talking about, or I didn't understand if that was their way of dating. I really didn't understand how they were dating. So for you, if you are on a talking stage with someone, because I'm sure they were not on a talking stage, period. But if you are on a talking stage, period, you must first of all set the preferences. So maybe if you prefer your boyfriend or your girlfriend to text you maybe once in a day, or maybe to text you early in the morning, or maybe during lunchtime, or maybe in the afternoon, you need to set the preferable time for your partner to text you when you are on a talking stage. Yeah, because sometimes it may be an ick, it may be annoying when you are on a talking stage, but this person keeps on texting you, keeps on video calling you, keeps on sending voice notes. So it might become boring, and maybe you may lose the interest to that person. So first of all, on a talking stage, before you allow the talking stage to exist, you need to set the preferable time for this person to always engage with you. Let's go to the fifth. Is it fifth? 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth. Yeah, the fifth point, or the fifth rule of talking stage. I've said we were going live only for approximately 25 minutes. So it's already 16 minutes. So we are remaining with almost 10 minutes. But if the live will be so interesting, we will increase the period to 30 minutes. So thank you for those that are still joining. You can just say hi for those that are watching, and for those that are going to watch later, so that we engage. We can be friends online, something like that. Just say hi and we continue. So we have 10 talking stage rules and we are on number 5. So let me share the number 5 point, or the number 5 rule with you. Maybe you are dating, or maybe you have a partner right now, or maybe you are planning to date someone. So maybe you can be on a talking stage, okay? The 5th rule of dating, the 3-month maximum rule. So it simply says that you need to have a 2 to 3 months talking stage period. That should be it. Don't go beyond 2 to 3 months period, because if it goes beyond that, that means you are in a situationship. That means you have already not made up your mind. Maybe someone is not interested in the other person. So the period needs to be 2 to 3 months of talking stage period. By that time, you should have now what you need to say to your partner. Maybe can we now go to the next step, whereby we can now start talking things about our long time kind of relationship. So you really need to come with a conclusion after the period of 2 to 3 months. Okay, let's go to the sixth rule of talking stage. Okay, so we have the rule of 3 dates. So make an effort to go on at least a second or third date, as people rarely represent themselves fully on the first date. So on your talking stage, prefer to go more than 3 dates. Okay, so don't go only for 1 date, because on the first date, most people, they normally don't present or represent themselves very well as the way it is needed. So you need to have a second date, because on a second date, normally on second dates, that is where people now bring up things that they missed on their first date. Now this is where now people conduct themselves well on their second date. And then if it even goes to the third date, now that is where you can fully represent yourself. At that moment, you will have seen the mistakes that you have made on the previous dates. So on this third date is where you correct everything and then make everything to be perfect. Let's go to the seventh talking stage rule. The seventh talking stage rule is suggest action-oriented dates. So this is simply, instead of just dinner, suggest activities that show personality and spark conversations, such as visiting a museum or trying a new hobby. So suggest an action-oriented date. So this is on the seventh date, on the seventh rule of talking stage, prefer action-oriented dates because this one will enable you to know the person better. For example, maybe you can just decide to go on a trip, you know, do something that is actionable. Maybe go hiking, go swimming. So don't just go on, you know, the normal dates whereby you go, you visit a restaurant and then you sit, you have a chat. That, you know, that is a very short moment, period of time that you're having there. So you will not be able to know the person very well. But if you go to action-oriented dates, you will get to know the person very well. Let's go to the eighth point of, or the rule of the talking stage. We have don't overshare instantly. So hold back your entire life story, as it is better to have things to learn about each other over time. So if you are on a talking stage, don't overshare. Don't share everything about your life yourself, because if you share everything on talking stage, then your life will be boring. Your engagement will be boring with this person because you have already shared everything. So you need to leave some parts to be mysterious, you know, so that your person can be curious and ask about something about your life. But if you overshare, over time you become boring, because if something is on the public, you know, every detail, every information is on the public, nobody will really care to concentrate on the thing again. So don't overshare. Just share what it is needed to be shared at that particular time, but don't overshare. You know, you'll become boring over time. So leave some things to be mysterious so that your person can be curious over the time, and then they can ask about some things that they may want you to clarify. Let's go to the eighth. Is it the eighth one? Okay, we have so many, so we can extend it to maybe 12 to 10. Okay, thank you for those that are still joining. You can just say hi, like, subscribe, comment, so that you don't miss our what? Our next live. Okay? Yeah. So I think I need to, because I say this was a fashion material, you see? This is a fashion material. It has so many styles, that you can put it, because most ladies, I see most ladies, they put it on their head, you know, for mostly black ladies, they tie it on their head to make their hair to lay down firmly, you know, because black people they don't have silky hair, most of them. Yeah. So for men, you can just, for men, if you're a cowboy, you can tie it on around your neck. If you are just, I don't know, but you can just use it the way you may prefer to use it. Yeah. Okay, let's go to our point. That was a short break. Okay, I'm still waiting for you that have not engaged to engage. Let's go to, is it the 9th or the 10th one? Don't act like a spouse. Avoid acting like you are in a relationship before you are in one, such as expecting constant 24/7 contact. Avoid acting like you're the spouse of that person. So you have not engaged, you're still on the talking stage. Why are you acting like you are a spouse to that person? Because that does not make any sense, because you will be expecting, automatically you will be expecting constant contact with that person. So don't, because this is a rule, don't act like a spouse when you are on the talking stage, because you really don't know that person. He or she hasn't or had not, I don't know, hasn't shared enough information about themselves. So acting like a spouse, it may be an ick, it may be annoying to that person, and even it may lead to your talking stage to end up. Let's go to another point about the talking stage rule in a romantic relationship. So keep finances separate and reasonable. So do not make excessive financial demands, and do not expect your partner to always pay, as this creates unhealthy power dynamic. So you need to control your finances. You need to make them separate and reasonable to your partner. So if you are on talking stage, do not overshare. Do, do not put yourself in a way whereby you are on a talking stage, but financially you are committed in such a way that you are already a couple. Yeah, so keep finances separate and reasonable. That's it. Keep finances reasonable and separate. Let's go to the 11th or the 12th point about talking stage rules. So respect private information. Avoid asking for too much personal information or sharing secrets about your past too early. Respect private information. I know during that period of talking stage, you may want to know more about your partner, and also you may want to keep some things secret to yourself. You may not want to ask, because you'll be get annoyed when someone asks something, some kind of information that you may consider a secret to you. Yeah, so respect it. If you see someone, maybe you've asked them a question about themselves and then they keep it, they don't want to share it, don't go on. Just respect their personal or the information that they don't want to share, because you are on your talking stage. That's it. Let's go to another rule. Respect me time. It is acceptable to ask for space or time to do your own thing in the early stages. So respect the me time. When we are on the talking stage, we are in our talking stage, I may want some personal private space. I may want to have my own time. So this does not mean that this kind of information, okay, Matthew Waweru said hi. Hi, Matthew. Hi. Okay, so let me introduce to you, because I've seen you've joined right now. We're talking about talking stage rules. Okay, and we are on the almost 12th to the 13th point of our rule. Okay, so you might just subscribe, comment, share, and then you can just watch the entire video when I upload it on my other YouTube channel. And also you can share your view, your comment. I'll be happy, extra happy to engage with you. So I've said that point is respect me time. Ask for space or time when you need it, even on the early stages of talking stage. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Let's finish with now how you transition. Matthew Aweru, love your videos. You are a blessing. Thank you so much, Matthew. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. My videos are blessings. Thank you so much. Let's finish with transitioning now from the talking stage period to now, if you want it to go on a long-term relationship. Okay, so be clear about exclusivity. So this is when ready to move forward, plainly state your desire and for exclusivity rather than hinting at it. So maybe maybe you are done with the talking stage. You want to move on. Maybe you want to share with someone that now I want us to move to the next step, whereby now we can start now having the type of communication whereby can we now have the long-term relationship? Can we start discussing things like that? Or maybe can I move on because maybe I don't want to date you anymore. Maybe, I'm interested to someone else. Just share, be exclusive before leaving. Maybe, some people just may leave a hint. You are on a talking stage with someone, and then he or she just goes silent, doesn't communicate, doesn't say anything, you don't meet. So don't leave a hint. Be exclusive, say what is your next step, so that you may not leave the other person hanging. Okay. And then another one is, that is check in before breaking up. So before quitting, use a direct, low pressure script to check in on feelings. Yeah. So at the end of it, maybe you two have, I can say maybe you two have dated, you were on the talking stage, you have dated for a period of maybe 2 to 3 months. So I think before quitting or before deciding on the next step, maybe you're not interested to that girl, to that boy, if I may say. So just share before the breakup, share with a low pressure message, so that you may not pressure the other person. Maybe the other person has fallen for you and you have not. Just get to know the feelings. Maybe, do you have feelings for me? And maybe share. Also, you may share if you have feelings for the person before moving to the next step, whether it is moving in together or maybe it is breaking up. Just share to check if you two have gained some feelings during this period or during this moment of engaging with each other. And that's all for today's live. So we have discussed more than 10 talking stage rules in a romantic relationship. So for the one that has joined, maybe if you have missed, you can just scroll back and then watch the entire live, or maybe subscribe. And then I'm going to upload this video later on my YouTube channel, and you can get now to watch the entire video full. And then you may also not miss if I go live again, maybe if it is tomorrow. I'll appreciate it if you subscribe, comment, like, share, and share your opinion on today's topic, because today we had an interesting topic about talking stage rules. This is a stage that all of you will go through, or maybe you've already experienced it. Yeah. Or even maybe you've experienced it with your previous your partner, your ex, and then maybe now you're planning to date again. So every time you're going to date again, there will be that talking stage period before you move in with someone. And that's all for today's live. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for those that have engaged, Evans Dragon, Matthew Aweru, hi. Hi to all of you. Thank you so much for engaging. Thank you so much for the chat. Thank you for those who have subscribed, if there is any. And I'll see you guys on the next live. Now you can also check my other YouTube channels, where I normally post entertainment shows on Pop Show KE. And also I normally post comedy, skits, short films, because on the other side, I am I'm a filmmaker, and also I'm a media personality. If you didn't know who you were talking to, you're having chat to, you're listening to. And that's all for today's video. I said we were going live for 20 to 25 minutes, maybe if we could add some minutes. We have already added, which is right now it is 34 minutes to 37 seconds, 38 seconds. Yeah, so we have already passed our lifetime, but live time, not lifetime. Okay, so for the one that is still joining, please subscribe, comment, share. Check the entire live if you've missed. And I'll catch you in the next live, so don't miss, okay? And also, again, I think my bandana is cool, because this is a fashion. I love bandanas. I may try to have different colors on the next live videos. Thank you so much. I think I can end the video right now.